Ronnie Coleman is one of the most well-known bodybuilders in the world, but there are a few others who are as well known as him. When he was at his peak, this guy was an absolute beast. If your nickname is the King, then you must have done something great in your life, don't you think? Consequently, today, we'll look back on his life and then observe how this legend seems now that he retired, as well as how his health is faring. Before we continue, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to remain up to date. Therefore, let us begin. Ronnie D. Coleman was born on May 13, 1964, in the city of Monroe in the state of Louisiana. Grambling State University awarded him an accounting degree in 1984. During his tenure at GSU, he played linebacker for the Tigers in the NCAA Division I football program. Because he was unable to find employment as an accountant after graduation, he instead took a job at a Domino's pizza joint, where he ate free pizza every day because he was so destitute that he could hardly afford to eat outside the workplace. His next job was working as a policeman in Arlington, Texas, where he stayed from 1989 until 2000. Ronnie Coleman's co-worker Gustavo Arloda suggested that he join the Metroflex gym, which Ronnie did. Brian Dobson, an amateur bodybuilder, is in charge of the operation. Ronnie became a bodybuilder as a result of his friendship with Brian Dobson. Ronnie was encouraged to participate by Brian Dobson, who promised him a lifelong subscription to his gym if he did. Then, in return for enabling him to prepare for the Mr. Texas Bodybuilder competition, Ronnie accepted Dobson's proposition of a free lifetime subscription in exchange for allowing him to train for the competition. The following year, Ronnie was crowned Mr. Texas, winning first spot in both the heavyweight and general categories. Coleman's first professional tournament, the Canada Pro Cup, took place in 1995 and he won it. His powerlifting career began in the mid-1990s when he participated in competitions, because Ronnie has exceptional genetic strength. He finished 15th in 1994, 11th in 1995, 6th in 1996, and 9th in 1997, the year Dorian Yates won his last championship. In 1996, Kenneth Wheeler was the overwhelming favorite to win Mr. Olympia title, but Ronnie Coleman, who has earned the Night of Champs earlier in the year, was coming to be regarded as one of the most formidable competitors. Coleman looked to have had significant progress and won his maiden championship. Wheeler has been beaten by just few points. This marked the beginning of one of the most impressive winning streaks in the competition's history. From 1998 through 2005, a total of 8 titles were released. In the end, he was defeated by Jay Cutler for the Mr. Olympia title in 2006. Ronnie Coleman's latest appearance in the Mr. Olympia event was in 2007, when he finished in 4th place. Despite his serious injuries, the champion maintained that he was used to suffering and that he continues to train. Ronnie even confesses to disregarding a bulging disc that was one of his first severe ailments and was one of his first serious injuries. Ronnie described how he felt a loud crunch coming from his back while lifting one day, but he decided to keep going because he was an athlete. In an interview with Joe Rogan, Ronnie said that the first time you have a herniated disc, it's like placing a stack of cans on top of each other and breaking one of them, and then after a period, other cans would start to fail as well. When you're squatting and heavy lifting hundreds of pounds, it's inevitable that you'll get an injury like this. More than 13 operations have been performed on Ronnie so far. That's in his neck, hip, and spine, and he was practically paralyzed as a result of all the screws, cages, and bolts that were inserted into him. Following his disclosure to Muscle Development Journal, how he had spent more than $2 million on operations that caused more damage than benefit, Ronnie shared his concerns in an interview conducted in 2018. I had received too much harm from all the surgeries, according to him, and he attributed it in large part to the manner in which my doctor carried out each of the procedures. The surgeon who conducted Coleman's final 3 procedures, according to Coleman, was very terrible and did a great deal of harm to his body. As a result, he was unsure if he would ever be able to walk properly again. To give his supporters a sense of the severity of his injury issues, Ronnie Coleman said that he was transported to the hospital in February 2018 and that physicians had to have his intestines ripped out and screws inserted and removed from his back. It was impossible for the surgeons to reopen his back due to the extensive scar tissue that has formed there. As a result of the failure of the screws that had been installed during the operation in 2018, he was forced to have his 10th round of surgery in September of this year. Coleman participated on a podcast with Joe Rogan in 2020 when he talked about how using steroids had ruined his life and how he had recovered. Upon further investigation, he discovered that he required testosterone replacement medication as a result of his long-term steroid usage. This is a situation that bodybuilders and athletes find themselves in on a regular basis. Because of the frequent use of anabolic and androgenic drugs, the body has been unable to manufacture enough amounts of testosterone on its own. To put it another way, testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, is the process of supporting the body in maintaining a normal quantity of testosterone when the body is no longer able to do so on its own. A recent stem cell therapy treatment in Mexico has been initiated by Ronnie Coleman. Despite just a few sessions, Coleman appeared to be reaping significant advantages. When asked about stem cell injections and how they've changed his life, the legend gave an in-depth answer. Coleman claims that the pain keeps getting better and better with each treatment session he receives. Because of this, he plans on continuing his medical care. In his words, the most of the discomfort has been alleviated, with just a little amount of discomfort remaining. With the help of stem cell treatments, we only can hope that Ronnie Coleman is able to make a complete recovery. If this is the case, we can expect to see him back on the field soon. Ronnie's back discomfort has been reduced as a result of stem cell treatment, which has aided his recuperation. As soon as Ronnie walked through the door of Joe Rogan's podcast studio, the host suggested that he look into stem cell therapy as a possible remedy for his back issue. Ronnie took Rogan's advice to heart and is already reaping the rewards of his decision. Ronnie reported that the cell therapy injections were working beautifully during his interview on the Nothing But a podcast in May 2021. In Ronnie's Instagram account, the most of his images and videos are shot in the gym. Working out is ingrained in his physique. In his spare time, Ronnie likes fishing and interacting with his followers on Twitter. On May 21, 2021, he shared an Instagram snapshot of his day's catch. "This is by far my favorite recreational activity," he said. A Cameo account has also been set up for Ronnie in order to engage with followers while also earning some money. "With a nominal price, I will create a short personalized film greeting your dear ones a happy birthday or any anniversary," he said in the caption of his announcement post. "You may tell me whatever you want as long as it's humorous and cool to say to your beloved." Coleman's leg size has recovered as a consequence of the continued success of stem cell therapy. Coleman went on the Ain't Nothing But a Podcast show in December 2021 and announced that he had regained his previous weight of 285 pounds. Coleman stated that the improvement in the size of his legs was the most significant change. "All of a sudden, around 4 months ago, I began to have a pump in my legs," Ronnie explained. "And then I realized that the size has returned and that the atrophy has disappeared. I was giddy with excitement." Ronnie's workout videos, which he posts on Instagram, demonstrate that he has made tremendous improvement. He continues to train 6 days a week, just as he done during his heyday. Coleman hasn't been able to get rid of his grips yet, despite the fact that his leg strength has returned. "My feet and quadriceps are still numb, but they're not as numb as they were," Ronnie explained. "I'm still numb," Ronnie added. "It is my hope that, if I'm able to alleviate this dullness, I will find it easier to restore balance to my life." Having experienced success with the stem cell treatment in other regions of his body, Coleman is certain that it will do the same for his feet. According to Ronnie, it will take around 2 years before he regains his full mobility and balance. After that, I can focus on walking without assistance. Ronnie shared the video on social media in January 2022, praising stem cell treatment for helping him recover. Here we go again, attempting to make these legs a little bit larger. After 8 years of dating, Ronnie and Susan Williams tied the knot on April 11, 2016. On the 16th of April in the year 2021, Ronnie shared the following tribute to his wife, which was accompanied by a flashback photo of their engagement day. Coleman and Susan are the parents of 4 children, whom Coleman periodically photographs and shares on Instagram. Ronnie suggested that he had more children than the 4 that he and Susan have together in an August 2020 Facebook post. He posted a photo of himself holding Corey Matthews' child with the following statement beneath the photo. Ronnie Coleman was formerly married to Rita Christine Achkar, a French-Lebanese fitness instructor. It was late December 2007 that they tied the knot, and it was soon after that they separated. With that, we have reached the conclusion of the video. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time.